All right.
No.
Let me jump in on this one. This is
what we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
This is what we're
you
talking
have a country
about.
that is falling apart.
Okay, so right there you see AOC, Bernie Sanders, flustered on Bernie's side a bit, enraged about a question that Kaitlan Collins had asked. We're gonna give you the context on it. It has to do with something that we've talked about here on the Damage Report, which is the possibility that AOC could primary Chuck Schumer. Take a look.
Are you saying that Senator Schumer should not be worried about a primary challenge from you?
All right.
No.
Let me jump in on this one.
This is what we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
This is what we're
you have a
talking
country
about.
that is falling apart. We had a housing crisis, a healthcare crisis, an education crisis, massive income and wealth inequality, a corrupt campaign finance system, and the media says, "Oh, you're going to run? What are you going to run for?" Nobody cares. She'll run more towards
Nobody cares. It's the House Speaker and President Trump and the Vice President saying it.
Right.
Pardon?
Well, of course, they're saying it to deflect attention away from the real issue.
Exactly.
And let me tell you what the real issue is. Let's see if CNN talks about it. We're living in the richest country in the history of the world, right? All right, you tell me why we're the only nation not to guarantee health care to all people, the only nation not to guarantee paid family and medical leave, why we have a $7.25 an hour minimum wage, why we have 800,000 people sleeping out on the street, why we have a president who denies the reality of climate change, why we have oligarchs on top who have more and more power every day. Let's talk about that issue, not her own political future. She'll decide that.
Ironically, I'm not gonna talk about her political future right now, but I will say, hearing him do that, like sort of running down the hits, just run Bernie in 2028, man. Like, I don't think he's really, like, he was old in 2016, but I don't think he's older now than he was then. I definitely am. I mean, look at the evidence of your eyes, but I think he could just do it. Anyway, that said, she was just asking about the primary, and they both don't want to talk about that. They pitch it as a distraction from the issues, which when Mike Johnson brings it up, it probably is him attempting to distract from the issues. I don't want to distract from the issues, but I also don't work for them. So I do want to talk about the possibility that she could run for, these other offices in the same way that I talk about him. Because first of all, I think that it is good messaging to not constantly be promoting your next step. Some politicians do that. I find it to be grotesque. AOC and Bernie Sanders don't do that. They like to focus on the issues. And so I think to some extent they're being genuine in saying we don't want to focus on that. I also think, let's keep it real, they're also not angels and they're not saints. It's a strategic thing to not focus on it. And the idea that they're not thinking about it, come on, again, I don't work for them. I mean, I would, like if they want to offer a job, AOC, please call me and I will come work for you. But until that time, I don't. And so they're to some extent being politicians and being a little disingenuous. Yeah, AOC is just so busy with the issues, and I grant that she's busy, but she's so busy that she hasn't thought about it. She hasn't had meetings. She hasn't laid any groundwork. She hasn't done any focus group. Like, come on. I'm not that fragile little bunny that you come across in the woods, okay? I've been living, I don't know what animal I am in this metaphor. Feel free to come up with that for yourself. But it is a thing. And I don't bring it up to distract from the issues. I bring it up perhaps to give some hope, and also because it could potentially help with the issues if AOC had more power. So anyway, just gonna disagree with them a little bit. All respect in the world and everything, but I disagree with them a little bit. What do you think, Yas?
Yeah, well, first of all, I love how Bernie just shifted into school teacher mode. Like I immediately reverted. I was like, oh, like let me just sit here and listen to what he has to say. Like, like it was a very familiar feeling. But yeah, like I'm sure she is thinking about her next move. Like she would be silly not to be thinking about it or to be having those conversations with her team. But as someone who, like, I am the type of person who I would be thinking, working on my next thing, not tell a soul until I'm ready to launch. And here it is.
Yes.
I respect that energy from her, like, and the thing is, it is very, very difficult for her to talk about something like this, especially right now, because she's right. That's not the point right now. I know some of the Republicans were trying to blame this whole shutdown on her because of the possibility that she would primary Chuck Schumer, which was kind of ridiculous to begin with. But she's not the story right this minute. There are very, very actually pressing matters pertaining to Congress and to the American people that she needs to be talking about. But yeah, this does go into what we were talking about earlier. as far as the future of the Democratic Party. A lot of people do see her as the future of the Democratic Party, especially amongst leftists and progressives. But I think even liberals can identify that she is somebody who is very young, very vivacious, very well liked within her district and around the country, very well known, very eloquent, very principled, I guess, on her all the different stances that she takes. So in a lot of ways. And, she's on tour with Bernie Sanders, who many see as he is, the godfather of whatever this leftist movement is currently in the United States. And she is like touring him as, literally, I'm going to inherit this from you, So the optics are there. Whatever her next move is, I wish her the best, but I know I don't want to rush her into having those conversations. I want her to get there when she gets there.
Yeah. I'm not demanding that she talk about it.
Are you?
I'm gonna talk about it. I as of right now, we still kind of have free speech in America, a little bit, at least on YouTube. So I do wish that we did have more of a bench, and apart from just her.